Good evening. I am G.R. Kulashekar, working as school assistant at ZPHS Boys Gudur. Today I am going to take the topic Unit 3, that is transportation. Generally, all organisms, living organisms, require nutrients, liquids and gases for the growth. So these materials are to be supplied to all the body parts. For that, the organisms require a separate transportation system. In lower organisms, that is in unicellular, for example amoeba, the transportation takes place by the process of diffusion, but in highly developed organisms like vertebrates, a special transportation and advanced transportation has been developed. Further, it requires the organism is a circulator system. The circulator system comprises of a heart, blood vessels and blood. Okay. Now we will come to the internal structure of the heart. Internal structure of the heart. The internal structure of the heart is divided into 4 parts, but externally by the grooves. If you can see the heart, in the specimen of the heart, we can see clearly the grooves. And coming to the internal structure, if you take the heart, the ventral view means the front side. In the front side, the heart is pear shaped and it's the size of the fist. It is wider at the anterior side and narrower at the posterior side. Wider surrounding the heart, we can see in the specimen, but we can't see it in the diagram. Surrounding the heart, there are 2 pericardial membranes. The pericardial membranes are filled with fluid. This fluid will act as a mechanical shock absorbers while it is touching in the rib cage, to and fro in the rib cage. The heart is divided into 4 by externally. There are 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. The walls of the ventricles are thicker than the walls of the atria. The walls of the ventricles are thicker than the walls of the atria. The left atrium and the right atrium are smaller than the ventricles, than the left ventricle and the right ventricle. And again, if you take it the longitudinal section and take it the right side and the left side, the right side auricle and the right side ventricle are larger than the left atrium and the left ventricle. This is the structure. And arising there, if you look at the again from the dorsal side, if you rotate, we can see the 5 blood vessels. One is the superior vena cava attached to the heart. So attached to the heart there are 5 blood vessels. One is the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and the large systemic aorta and pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. These veins will collect the blood from the body parts and as well as distribute the body parts. This we will come across in the later lesson. Later on, the another lesson, that is in the cardiac cycle. Arteries are rigid than the veins. The arteries are rigid than the blood vessels of the arteries are rigid when compared to the veins. 2 atria and 2 ventricles are separated by each other by thick muscular partitions known as septa, and the right atria and the right ventricle are opened by the right auriculoventricular aperture, and similarly the left atria and the left ventricle is also opened by the left auriculoventricular aperture, and these apertures are guarded by the 4 walls. The first one is the tricuspid wall, the bicuspid wall. Bicuspid wall is also known as the mitral wall, the pulmonary wall and the systemic wall. The tricuspid wall is present between the right ventricular aperture, and similarly the bicuspid wall is present between the left auriculoventricular aperture and the pulmonary valves is present at the base of the pulmonary artery, and similarly the systemic valves present at the base of the main of the systemic aorta. In general, all the blood vessels among the arteries carries the oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood. But coming to the pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins, the pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood, and whereas the pulmonary veins carries the oxygenated blood. The pulmonary artery travels towards the lungs from the right ventricle and returns back to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. Okay. The 5 blood vessels, the superior vena cava receives the blood from the upper part of the body, that is the head and neck, and the inferior vena cava receives the blood from the lower parts of the body, that's the hands and legs, and pours into the right atrium. From the right atrium, the blood is flushed to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, and again the blood is pushed to the pulmonary artery passes towards the lungs, where it gets oxygenated and returns back to the heart, that's the left atrium, to the pulmonary veins, and from the pulmonary veins, after reaching the left atrium, again the blood is flushed into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, and again the blood flows to the main systemic aorta and distributes to all the body parts.